Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're uncovering a fascinating, roughly 17,000-year-old story, the story of how early humans first tried to track the heavens and literally organize society. It's an absolutely incredible journey, taking us from the walls of ancient caves all the way to the birth of complex mathematics. And, it all revolves around humanity's deep-seated desire to just understand the passage of time. Let's get right into it.
I want you to think about this for a second. Before atomic clocks, before those digital calendars we all have on our smartphones, or even before mechanical watches, our ancestors had to just look up to figure out when to do pretty much everything. So how did humanity first conquer time? Well, it launched this huge mathematical quest that actually began all the way back in the Stone Age, right when early humans first started recording the passing of time by simply observing the skies above.
Okay, moving into Section 1, the earliest timekeepers, looking to the skies.
To find our very first records of this, we've got to travel to the famous caves at Lascaux, down in southwest France. Right there, dating all the way back to around 15,000 BCE, we find the earliest known lunar calendar. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's thousands of years before the invention of the wheel or even written language. Our ancestors were already standing in the dark, painstakingly tracking the cosmos right there on stone walls.
And the coding they use is absolutely fascinating. When researchers looked at these ancient markings, they saw a series of spots painted right onto the rock, representing half of the moons in your monthly cycle. And capping off those spots, a large, empty square. Experts believe this indicated a clear, completely moonless night sky. Think about that. They were literally taking environmental data and logging it visually. Which brings us to Section 2, Math of the Moon, Counting the Cycles. Now, a lunar calendar is based purely on the phases of the moon, so it counts months. But here's the massive, massive challenge that was staring these early timekeepers right in the face. A lunar month isn't a neat, clean 30 days. Oh no, it is exactly 29.530588 days long. Seriously, imagine trying to build a reliable schedule or, organize a society around a decimal like that.
So, to handle that incredibly specific and, quite frankly, frustrating decimal, ancient timekeepers came up with a brilliant two-step workaround. First, they just alternated the length of their months. So one month is 29 days, the next is 30, and so on. Second, because of that pesky lingering decimal, they had to throw in occasional extra days just to keep step with the actual moon phase they were seeing in the sky. Essentially, they were actively calibrating their calendar on the fly.
All right, let's look at Section 3, the agricultural problem, ignoring the seasons.
This sky-based system was definitely a brilliant start, for sure. But, well, it hit a massive wall when society started to evolve. In parts of the ancient world, the lunar calendar was fantastic for religious observation. But the second humanity shifted its focus down into the dirt for agriculture, suddenly, the lunar calendar became a serious liability. For farming, it was honestly just incredibly confusing.
And why was it so confusing? Well, because the moon doesn't care about the Earth's seasons at all. A lunar calendar completely ignores critical Earth-bound factors. We're talking annual variations in temperature, the length of daylight, plant growth cycles, and even the timing of animal migration and mating. If your actual survival depends on prepping for winter or perfectly timing a harvest, a calendar with these huge blind spots is, well, practically useless. The whole core of the issue here is mathematical drift. You see, the lunar month divides into the solar year 12 times, but doing so leaves you with exactly 10.88 days remaining. Every single year, the lunar calendar falls almost 11 days completely out of sync with the actual solar year, which means within just a few short years, your entire sense of the seasons would be entirely backward.
That leads us perfectly into Section 4, the Metonic solution, bridging the gap.
I mean, just imagine accidentally planting all your crops in the dead of winter, all because your calendar drifted. To fix this massive problem, enter a truly brilliant mind named Meton of Athens, who was operating around 440 BCE. Meton dedicated himself to studying this dangerous 10.88-day gap between the moon and the sun, and amazingly, he finally cracked the code.
What Meton noticed was nothing short of a total mathematical revelation. He observed that if you track time over a span of exactly 19 solar years, it almost perfectly equals 234.997 lunar months. The precision here is just staggering. Basically, over a 19-year period, the cycles of the sun and the moon essentially realign with each other.
This massive eureka moment birthed what we now call the Metonic cycle.
It's a 19-year cycle designed to seamlessly link the lunar calendar with the solar year, and it does this by using a very specific pattern of selective 13-month years, which completely fixed the drift that had been plaguing farmers for millennia.
And the coolest part is how elegantly simple this system was to follow once the heavy math was finally out of the way. Out of the 19-year cycle, you just give years 3, 5, 8, 11, 13, 16, and 19 an extra 13th lunar month. Simple as that. All the other years stay at the standard 12. By just throwing in that 13th month in those 7 specific years, the 10.88-day gap is closed forever, and humanity's calendar is finally synchronized with both the moon and the seasons.
It really is an absolutely incredible progression of human intelligence. As we look back at the sheer ingenuity it took to align our lives with the stars, from simple dots painted in Lascaux to the highly refined math of ancient Athens, it leaves us with a pretty profound question. If the foundation of our entire calendar system was cracked inside a cave 17,000 years ago, what other ancient wisdom about our universe have we simply forgotten? Keep exploring, and thanks for joining me for this explainer.